Hello, everybody, and welcome to the No Zone. No, you're not seeing. This isn't an April Fool's joke or anything like that. We are really live. Yes, we are live. I did do this as a pre-record yesterday, and the microphone or the mic was too powerful. For 12 minutes, the stream was normal. And then the sound cuts out for the whole stream. I always check them before I throw them up. So we've no mic today. So the sound might be a little bit off, unfortunately. We will sort it out, the mic eventually, but I'm not going to use it for today. But I have decided, I did enjoy this yesterday, believe it or not, when I did the little watch along. You know, I've been sitting here and I was saying, you know what? I enjoyed it so much. Why not do it again? Because, you know, as I said, I really did have fun with it. Lee Evans, of course, is in this episode. It's funny. And I really did like it, I have to say. I was even saying, even the effects hold up in some places. Now it's not perfect, of course, but yeah, I really did enjoy it. So I said, why not do it again? So if everybody wants to get their copy of Planet of the Dead ready, get your copy of Planet of the Dead ready, and we'll get going on this, and we'll do this again, because, you know, as I said, I was a bit peed off yesterday because I had it all planned. You know, I even did the little different color little things, the little thumbnails and all of that. And, you know, so I said, you know, I'm not letting them go to waste. You know, we might as well come on here and do an old stream. So that's why we're here. So I hope everybody had a good Easter. I certainly had an interesting one, but we won't get into that. We won't get into that at all. But all I'll just say is, yeah, a bit of a weird one yesterday. Something came through the window. Still trying to figure out what the hell happened. But there you go. These things do happen. So we're here for Planet of the Dead. As I said, I watched it yesterday. I really, really did enjoy it. I gave it a 10 out of 10, believe it or not. So that's not going to change. But I might as well tell you what my rating was. It was 10 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. Not a complicated story, a basic story. But there are a few tropes that were repeated in this, you know, like midnight, you know, the whole scary element. And there was a bit of mystery in this. It was done very, very well. So we'll do it again. And I'm about to do the countdown. So if anybody does come in the meantime, you can ask me for a timestamp and what you call it. I'm just at the realizing there that hold on. Why does this always happen? This keyboard is actually starting to do my head in. Anyway, let's save that. Here we go. And let's save that. So just in case anybody thinks this isn't live, we are live, folks. This isn't an April Fool's or anything like that. I've decided to do it again because I enjoyed it so much yesterday. So if you want to get your copy ready, obviously if you've arrived a little bit late, what we will do is if you need a timestamp, just let me know, and I will give you a time stamp. But I'm about to start it now. So I see that there's a couple of more people watching, just in case, as I said, this isn't the April Fools. We are here. We are live. I had this planned as a pre-record, done the pre-record, and then realised that the mic wasn't working properly because I checked the stream before I threw it up. And the sound went after 12 minutes and you couldn't hear me throughout the whole stream. So this is why we are doing it again today, because I enjoyed it yesterday on my own. And, as it is the Easter, and it was an Easter special, that's exactly what we're going to do now. So I'm going to do the countdown, and we're going to play. This is 58 minutes long. If you need the timestamp, let me know. But in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. I mean, this scene with the cup, the chalice, is a bit over the top. I mean, no security guard acts like that. And the reason why I know is because I was one for a while and did places like this. This is not what happens, right? So, of course, coming through the ceiling, yeah, it could happen. But a bit of Mission Impossible here. There's a few references to a few things here, which I noticed as well while watching it again yesterday. And this is Lady Christina, folks. Michelle Ryan, who was in EastEnders. A great actress, actually. Don't know what happened there after Doctor Who. I know she had a few more roles, but I don't know what the story is, because I haven't seen her in much. And then we've got the Lucky Cat. Do you know what made no sense, though, right? Is the fact that she went down through the roof. But yeah, when she collects the chalice, she goes up a little bit. But then in the next scene, she ends up on the gallery floor coming out the side door. Why didn't you just use the roof? So we got the police and surrounding the road here, and we're going to see a London bus now turning up, a big red London bus. Actually, a bit of trivia that I did yesterday for you, so you don't miss out on actually some of the stuff that I spoke about yesterday. So originally, the double deck, they had two of those. They had two of those double decker buses, right? They had one in Cardiff, and the other one was heading to Dubai, right? But what happened is that while it was being either loaded on the dock, being loaded onto the boat, or it was being unloaded, it was damaged. So the damage that you see on the actual bus when they get to the desert was actually really happened. So what they did was they changed a few lines in the script, and they actually included the damage. And the second bus that they had in Cardiff, then they made it look like the damage that was done to the original bus. So the bus had to be actually destroyed because the first one was destroyed with the damage that was done. So that damage was actually done by a crane. So when you see the bus, when it comes into the desert. That damage was done by the crane. And then there was obviously one in Cardiff then when they were doing maybe other certain shots, maybe most of the shots in the actual bus. But they did go to Dubai. By the way, the bus is the number 200 and it's gone to Victoria. And there he is with his Easter egg. I mean, it's the slowest car chase in history. Why one of the cop cars didn't get in front of the bus? And then the other cars surround it, try to slow the bus down. It's a tactic that I thought the UK police use when they're chasing a robbed car. I suppose, though, it is a bus. So, I mean, it is larger than a car or a motorbike. But still. The doctor getting excited about the little dish going around. So here we go now. The bus is entering the portal now. So when the bus comes out of the portal, the damage that you see on the bus is the damage that was done by the crane. Oh, the story is also written by Russell T and Garrett Roberts. And I said it yesterday while I was watching this. What was very interesting to me is when RTD is co-writing with someone, his stories are a lot better. And then you've got Murray Gold's kind of 60s, 70s airy music. It's actually quite interesting, this. So here we go. So the damage that you see, there you go. That's what it was left like. That's why they get the bus driver. The bus driver will say a line now when he comes out and looks at the bus and he says, "Oh, it's not that bad." So there you go. That's the damage the crane done. Look. I was getting Planet of the Apes vibes as well from this, like especially when he goes to the crashed spaceship. It looks eerily like the Tim Burton, the way it was buried in the sand like that. And then your woman here with the voices, a bit like Midnight. There's a few Midnight tropes in this as well. It's very good. And as I was saying last night when was doing the pre-record, for me, this and the Waters of Mars were the two better specials. I didn't like the End of Time Part One and Two. Now this is where Tennant started a screwdriver to make his sunglasses. So he's testing out the sand here, but we find out later on what the sand is. Also, when the people blame him on the bus when they say it's his fault, he references midnight by saying, "Oh, they always, I'm always the one that gets the blame." The skeleton coming out of here is deadly, though. Mm. So unit is being called now. So this where Lady Christina now comes up with a plan. Yeah, yes, what? By the way, yes, I am aware that a new trailer dropped and the titles were all released yesterday. But I will address that during the week. Obviously, we have some panels and stuff going on, so we will address it. Um, but let's just say, um, yeah, I'm not impressed. And it's going to be an absolute train wreck. But yeah, yay! I do like see they did this kind of scary element very well on Doctor Who. It's actually kind of lacked that over the years, hasn't it? Something is coming, riding on the wind, dead. And then they all start crying on the bus. Uh, it's the same thing a bit, but as I said about this scene yesterday, right? So the doctor now tries to get them all to calm down. So he asks them what's waiting for them at home and all, or what were they doing on the bus, where were they going, so he can kind of get them to all remember that they were all going somewhere, and that think about that, you will get home. Yeah, I do like an old pork chop, I've got to say. Pork chop gravy, far far away, Lady Christina, far away. But he goes, just think of them. Food, home, and people. See, the message was just so simple, but it was just so good. And Una come in. This was a bit over the top. I did say this, but it was a bit cheesy. But we like a bit of cheese on Doctor Who. Just once it's not over the top. Shoot the kill. When Una was just badass. Shoot the kill. And she just pulls out a shovel. Of course, the doctor knew she was dodgy from the start, though. And now she's just picking up an axe. Ding ding! It doesn't sound too good at all because they're sanding the bloody engine. That's why. Yeah. See, he's already asked her. It must have been, right? Because they're in their costumes and they went to Dubai, right? Could you imagine how warm it would have been? He's a lord. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't tell her till near the end, but then he admits he's a lord of time. It's fresh. Again, though, there's a deadly little moment in this where after everybody's rescued, the old woman says to him, "Your song is ending soon," and all of this, like, and it goes from that moment then to a light-hearted moment, but it's very well done. Again, it's an element that's missing today. Even today, what RTD has done so far, that element is missing. And here she is now freaking everybody else out. It's getting closer, closer, closer. Oh, he's doing the thing with the mobile phone now. He orders a bit. Yeah, he rings a pizza shop first. Pizza Geronimo. Oh, Pizza Geronimo. And Matt Smith's doctor uses Geronimo. See, you pick up little things as you go along. And this is like I watched this yesterday. Didn't pick it up yesterday, but picked it up today. It's the doctor, Mom. I love this. She picks the phone up, she salutes, and then he references it. No. I love the way when he asks her, "Did you salute?" She goes, "No." Uh, Again, I'm enjoying this. I am, and the sad thing is, I know he's going to even taint all of this. He's gone to, you know what I mean? It's there. He is. There's Lee Evans. I love this. It's the doctor. He goes, "Oh, I'm all right." It was just a little bit of a sore throat. A cup of tea. Oh, and then his face. I do love Lee Evans. But afraid I love I love the way Tennant's doctor did always get side when someone was talking about him. He loved it. Don't be with it. The doctor called me a genius. I love it. Oh, Lee Evans. I would love to see Lee Evans turn up as the Mad Doctor again. Malcolm. Dr. Malcolm. I love it because the doctor hangs up on him a couple of times, but then he starts doing it to the doctor as the episode goes on. It's bleeding funny. Like metal. And then she just adds to the tension because then they keep going back to this old lady on the bus. They devour. See, she doesn't really say that much, but when she does, there's something new. There, so there's the spaceship, right? It looks like a fly, obviously, but the way it's actually broken in half reminded me of the Tim Burton version of Planet of the Apes. Oh, David Tennant does this deadly little thing where he does the language of them, which was very good. Yeah, he would have been good. He would have been good. I liked Malcolm. I did love that line yesterday. I really hope she is honorable. Whatever, Lila. Oh, well, the translation matrix thing makes him believe him. See, this is Tennant's doctor right here. The one in the specials was a kind of a, yeah, it was deliberately done differently. I know, I get that, but I prefer this version. I like the cheeky. He did, but at this point he was getting a bit arrogant. Um, you know, but then he's kind of brought back down to earth again. You know, especially when Lady Christina puts him on the spot and asks us to travel with him, and he tells her out straight now, and then we find out then that he kind of has been humbled a little bit. but not humbled enough, in my opinion. And again, San Helios City looked a bit like the silence in the library. Looked like the library in Silence of the Library. The outside of it with that shuttles and the little trains and I thought they were gonna kiss there. So this is the city now, full of dust and sand. $100 billion people. And now we realise your woman's hearing them die. We've gone past, way past 100 burners. I don't even have a name for that. 4 miles the wormhole is. I mean, it's not his fault that you just kept turning over the engine and ran out of petrol. Like, it's his fault, apparently. You said you'd get us home. Well, stop turning the engine then like a bunch of morons. There's the stingrays. Killer stingrays. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We will be giving away. Actually, yes, I do have memberships to give away this month. So he figures it out now. Round and round and yep. The worse it gets, the more he loves us. See, that was the arrogance that I was talking about. So this is where they figure out about the crystal. Oh, there we got the music of we get Murray Gold's greatest hits here. There's some undertones of partners in crime and other episodes are mixed into this. Oh, here she is now doing her thing. There's always a big red button. But she's already halfway down anyway. You might as well let her get it. She was being cocky as well, a bit like you. See, you don't like when other people take things into their own hands and be cocky. See, this one knows about this doctor. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, he's kind of giving out the whole because she took matters into her own hands. He's a bit cocky about it, and then she nearly died. Like, but that's what he's been doing lately as the doctor. I suppose it was leading up to the waters of Mars, wasn't it? And then he has this bit of a freak out, but like, Time Lord Victorious, which they ended up destroying. Oh, she tells her about stealing the blue box, the Tardis. And what happens when a bird flies into an aircraft? It stalls the engine. Wow, some of the writing in this that was like, you're lowering the body temperature down there. That's why it's stored. Because I tend to have that effect. It's real cheesy, like, but this part with Stingray is deadly though. Have to say, RTD did like his zip lines. He did this zip line gag quite a lot. In fairness, though, a lot of people were saying at the time, I said this yesterday, you know, they thought she might have became a temporary companion, but it never actually materialized. And the two, these two poor unfortunate flies get eaten now. And then she's just shouting, "Run, run, 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 run!" I wish that Christina was the companion and a good replacement for Donna. Yeah, but I suppose he wasn't hanging around, was he? Because he was leaving in 3 episodes. But you're right; she could have played a part in those 3 episodes. Man, Lee Evans, they have to bring him back. Bring back Malcolm. We should have I wouldn't bring him back for this era though, but it'd be nice to think that RTD remembers the joy that he put on. He gave fans. It'd be nice to think that he'd actually think that way. Because when he does deliver, but he has to be co-writing with someone though. I notice when he co-writes with other people, his stories are a little bit better. Because he's brainstorming with another person. So like if that he's that confident in the people that he has around him. Like they said, I don't think that'll work, Russell. Why not try something like this? He'd be open to stuff. Do you know what I mean? They saw you coming. Yeah, I love that line. I mean, when he breaks the chalice here, I was like, "What the?" Like she says, don't do any damage to it or something." It's £18 million. 1,000 years old, and he just takes a hammer to it. 18 million. He just like whacked £18 million worth of. No. She was. I actually commented yesterday. She was doing the right thing here. The unit, but then Malcolm refuses to do it, which is. And then she pulls the gun out on him. I mean, seeing this bus in the air, I remember at the time, I thought it was pretty cool. Then watching it last night again, I thought, do you know what? This is actually really, this is peak. Excuse me. This is peak Doctor Who right here now. Look at that. Oh man. And the music playing. It's deadly, man. Anti-gravity. There is a stupid little part in this scene though where Stingray comes towards them and he uses the bus to knock it away. It's a bit over the top, but you know what? For a special, you do expect certain amounts of that, and that's why I like this. There was the right amount of everything in it. Here we go. Straight through. Here we go. See that when this doctor promises to get people home though, unlike Whitaker's doctor, they actually got home. Like the bus driver ran through the portal, so that was the bus driver's fault. But he saved everybody else. Except the two little fly people, but that was their fault because they were idiots for not going with the doctor. So there's nothing you can really say to the doctor on that. And here's the Stingrays through. Cold red fire. Pew, pew, pew. See, we got our pew, pew, pew now. See, it's not all pew, pew, pew. You know what I mean? Like it was in the specials that we just got. He hung up on him. And now the computers is gone. I just looked when he fell off and he's there. Oh, this is, and then he picks up. I said this yesterday. He picks up the fire extinguisher. He's got a pair of glasses on, but he's straining to look at the words on the fire extinguisher. And then he hangs up on the doctor again. £500. Let's do it now. Seriously, man. This is Doctor Who for you. Look at that, and then the Stingrays just slow down then because he missed the portal. Bang. See that though? You just get enough. Do you know what I mean? In the specials that we got, Star Beast was all explosions and pew pew pew. You know what I mean? This wasn't. We get the pew 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 at the end. And then even when the pew 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 stops, then we get our little moment of of the reveal that your song is going to end and all of this, keeping that thread going. And then it goes to a bit of a light-hearted moment then. And then we get the trailer for The Waters of Mars, which I forgot was so bleak. But that trailer for Waters of Mars, I'm watching it again yesterday, I was blown away. I love that episode as well. It's one of my favourites, the Tennant era, Waters of Mars. It's a pity, actually, it was a special. I don't, you know what I mean? It sounds a bit weird when I say that, but it would have been a nice kind of the Time Lord Victorious thing, including Waters of Mars, like as one of the episodes of the season arc. Would have been very interesting, in my opinion. Lot of ideas from the previous eras that you could actually elaborate on, and you could actually make serious arcs out of them. Like you could do the time, like if you were going to bring David Tennant back, that's exactly what you should have done. Instead of doing it as an audio book, like you did, like they did, and all the other little parts that they did with the Time Lord Victorious, they should have actually did. Specials on that if they wanted to bring David Tennant back. That would have made more sense. Need to do a top 10 list of all eras. I know. Really, I tell you. But I have to say, man, I really enjoyed this yesterday. As I said, for anybody that's just joined, yesterday I did this as a pre-record, but as I was checking it after I uploaded the volume, the mic had issues and you couldn't hear me. So I put a lot of effort in getting it put together. So I said I'd do it today. So that's why I'm watching it now. I watched Pyramids of Mars the other day. I know, I love that story as well, mate. I know. I've been actually on watching Voyager again. I've been watching Classic Who as well, actually, believe it or not. But last night I went on a bit of a binge, and I watched the first 2 seasons of Only Fools and Horses. I've got all the seasons there, so I'm gonna watch the rest of them. He tries to even get Nathan and Barkley a job with Una. And there's his Tardis. I loved her in this, man. And then they replaced her. Should have brought her back, man. She was the little unit commander. They should have brought her back for the specials. So I don't like when RTD or other writers do that. If you have certain, I know people move on and all of this, but you can't tell me that she's too old to play the part. Screw that rubbish. So this is where he tells her no. And he actually admits that everybody that he's brought with him, he's lost. So I suppose this doctor, what I analysed from this last night is that this doctor obviously culminates with the Time Lord Victorious, where he basically says that he's sick and tired of losing people and blah, blah, blah. And that's why during his regeneration as well, that he felt like he deserved a reward because he did lose so many people. See, this is what he said, never again. He doesn't want to lose anybody, never again. So this doctor is clearly suffering at the end of his time. And you can see it more clearly now when you watch it again. He had just lost so many people that this doctor had just came to a head. But this is the moment now where she talks about his song ending, the old lady. Your song is ending, sir. And then the sinister music coming. Then it's returning. It's returning through the dark. The doctor, he will knock 4 times. And then she gives him a bit of a sad look. The doctor has a concerned look on his face. It's a great scene. It's fantastic. And that music as well. The music that they used in the Vastra, the Silence of the Library. I'll tell you, it's little throwbacks to all of Murray's greatest hits in this. But it's done really well and it's really subtle and it's not over the top. And there he's just let Lady Christina go in her handcuffs. But this is the light-hearted moment after that moment that we get. And this is good. This is. And that's what I actually really did like about RTD's era, though. It was optimistic, you know? It wasn't always a bad ending. There was happy endings. There's nothing wrong with having happy endings. Do you know what I mean? We even seen it in, obviously it was a Stephen Moffat story, but it was in it within the RTD era. You know, the empty child, the doctor dances, you know, at the end of that. Like he could have left it the way he did, but he gave it an optimistic ending, a kind of a happy ending. And there's nothing wrong with that. We like that. And then there are obviously times, you know, where Matt Smith's doctor against the Daleks, where the Daleks basically beat him and he's gutted. But there's a bit of a silver lining in the end. He saved the Earth, you know. Love it. She even stops to say something to the doctor. We could have been so good together. We were. See, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, on the same, like I've enjoyed this, but at the same time, I'm kind of sitting here and I'm a little bit sad because, you know, the RTD era was certainly not perfect, but it had its moments, and moments like this were done very well. And here it is. Here's the trailer for Waters of Mars coming up now, and I love the way he used to do his trailers. But I'm watching this trailer again, and you never know. I may do the Waters of Mars during the week. If it's not this week, it might be next week. But I'm definitely going to do it because I love it. I love it. Here we go. Later this year. Very well done. Then the water. This was probably one of the best episodes for the scare factor. Don't care what anybody says. Up there with Midnight. And the cast is absolutely brilliant in this. And water always wins. Or water always finds a way, or something like that the line is. But that is Doctor Who in a nutshell. Again, you know, I gave it a 10 out of 10 when I did the pre-record. I'm not going to change my mind on that. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. I do remember when it was out at the time that the 2 specials that I enjoyed out of all those specials that year that Tennant was leaving was The Planet of the Dead and Waters of Mars. I'm not a huge fan of The End of Time Part 1 and 2, but it does have its moments. But I do honestly, personally believe that the 2 specials before were far superior. That's just my own opinion. Of course, I know there's a lot of people out there that did enjoy The End of Time Part 1 and 2. And as I said, it certainly did have its moments. Its best moments for me were probably the interactions between the Doctor and Wilf. Absolutely fantastic moments, actually. But, you know, it was really, really very good during the war. Oh, yeah, well, I'm not at Uncle Albert yet. We obviously have Grandad in the third season. But is it I think it's Jordan the third season, isn't it? He passed away. I do remember reading about the cast and reading about Grandad and why they went with Buster. And obviously we found out that the fella that was playing Grandad, I think, passed away. So yeah, it's very. Do you know what? I was watching watching the first two seasons, and there were a couple of scenes, right, that were obviously of their time. And I was saying, this show, right, it would never get made the same way again in 2024, right? Not even in 2016 would this show be allowed to even stand. But, you know, the best thing about it is you could get physical copies and you know, people can moan and complain all they want, but that was comedy. I didn't stop laughing last night, right? I only put it on because I wanted to chill. But my plan was only to watch about 2 or 3 episodes, and then I was gonna play the new bleeding FIFA. But I ended up sitting there and watching 2 seasons last night. So it just goes to show the quality of the comedy. You know, I only planned to watch a couple of episodes. I end up watching 2 seasons. So yeah, very good. But this was RTD. This was RTD with Garrett Roberts, by the way, this story. And as I said, I think he is better with a co-writer. So you never know, you know, Moffat coming into the frame might be a good thing. But, you know, after seeing the second trailer, I'm still not holding out any hope. But we will discuss it during the week, as I said, because we have a lot of panels coming up, as you know. So come and join me for them. But I hope you've enjoyed this Easter watch along. I'm sorry I didn't get it up yesterday, but as I said, the pre-record did not work out, so I decided to go live today. So if anybody's still thinking I'm not live, this isn't an April Fool's. I am actually live. But if you did enjoy it, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the stream anyway. Leave your opinion if you watch Planet of the Dead. Maybe later on, or you watched it during the time we watched it. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of it. Give us your rating as well. Let me know what you rated out of 10. And yeah, we'll see you for the next one, folks. So thank you for tuning in, and enjoy your the last day. Well, it's a bank holiday here, so Easter weekend. I think it's the same everywhere. I'm not sure, but enjoy your Monday. And I will certainly talk to you guys for the next one. Have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.